Jean and I have been getting a lot of questions about our puzzle caches. Puzzle meaning jigsaw puzzle caches. So after talking about it a little bit, we decided that we would make a tutorial that would walk everybody through the entire process. So the tutorial will be made up of 3 episodes. The first episode is how to build a cache page. Second will be how to build a Jigidi puzzle. And third, how to build a checker and bring all of these links into your geocache page. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to hide a geocache. So we click on the link in geocaching and it takes us to hide a cache. And we already know what our location is going to be for the final location and also for the virtual location because you need two coordinates in a puzzle geocache, and you'll see why in a second. And it's a mystery cache. So all of these puzzle caches are mystery caches. We click on that, and the first box that comes up is it wants to know what the final location is. So there is the final location. And the reason why, so a geocacher is not going to be able to see the final location within the geocaching page. They're going to have to solve the puzzle and then go to the Ceritude checker, and then they'll see the final coordinates. But the reviewer, on the other hand, they want to know where your final location is just to make sure that it is in play. You can see from the map that it is right outside of this red circle, so that means we are okay. Now let's add a stage. We're going to add the virtual location. And this is what the geocacher is going to see when they go on geocaching.com. They will see a virtual location, and there it is. And you can see it on the map. So here's the real geocache, here's the virtual location, which is also going to be our parking coordinates too. And for the final location, you want to make sure that you check the box or select the item that says hide completely. You actually have 3 choices here: visible, hide coordinates, and hide completely. We're going to choose hide completely. Now we hit continue, and we're going to add the parking coordinates at the location of the virtual. Keep it simple. We're going to name it parking, and you can see it up here where it's at, and then we're going to hit continue. And then we come to the actual cache page. When you start to build it, you got to have a name, so we're going to call it Down by the River. That sounds like a good geocaching name to me. And as we scroll down, you'll see that it's placed by DJ Fisher, what the date was that we're going to place it. And then we need some language for the geocache. So I've already worked on this a little bit. So we will paste that in. Let's see, if I scroll it up and bring it down, it always starts out, how we like to always start them out is telling the cacher right out of the gate. So here's the verbiage. And it states the final for this puzzle is not at the posted coordinates. In order to obtain the final coordinates, you must assemble a simple jigsaw puzzle. And then in the space below, that is where we are going to put the Jigidi link and the Ceritude link. And for a hint, I'm going to choose a hint, and we will say, look behind the rock wall. I try to be very specific on the hint. The hint is to help a geocacher, especially a new geocacher, if they're having trouble finding something. And then I'm going to take off display the solution checker. We're going to make it premium. And there's nothing else that we can do on this page yet. One other thing that we could add here, and would like to add a picture. So I'm going to just look at that again. So I'm going to click on, I'm going to put it cursor down where I want the picture, and I'm going to click on the photo, and it's going to bring us to this page, which will allow us to maneuver to a photo that I have pre-selected, and it will pop up. There it is. If you double click on the photo, you're going to be able to tell the system how wide you want it. And I usually pick 500 pixels and say okay. And that seems to work for me. Premium only. I have read it. I'm going to hit continue. Now we come to the next portion of building the geocache. The difficulty is the difficulty of the puzzle. So I'm going to make this a 2. I'm going to move this down to 2. The terrain should be your actual terrain. How far you have to walk? Do you have to climb a mountain? So in this particular instance, the terrain is a 1.5, could be a 2 if they do all of our puzzles, because they would have to walk, the cacher would have to walk about 3.5 miles. When it comes to attributes, we always like to put in all 15. Geocaching allows for 15 attributes. We like to put them as many in as we can because there's so many challenges out there that are based on attributes. So we try to help cachers out by doing as many as we can. The one attribute that is required is this one because it's a field puzzle. Now let's just take a look, make sure we have the size chosen. I'm going to choose a micro or a small. I could go either way here where this location is. I know a lot of cachers don't like micros, so we're going to make it a small. Then I'm going to hit save and preview. This is what it looks like so far. Pretty good. There's that really cool puzzle picture. Let's add a couple of more things to this. Now I'm going to scroll down to the area that says a background image. So I want to put a background image in, and that would be this background image. I kind of like it. It seems to work fine for a puzzle cache. And it fits, the size fits, the attributes are there. Got a hint. Let's take a look at it, see what it looks like. There we go. It has everything that we need. I really like the background image. So we are good to go. The next step in this process is we are going to build a Jigidi puzzle, and we're going to build a Ceritude link. And we are going to show you exactly how to put them in and ensure that they work properly. Now, let's take a look at something. I'm going to bring up one of our previous caches that we have done, so you can see what it looks like. Here we go. This is River Stroll Winter. And here's the link right here. I'm going to click on this link. It says we're going outside of geocaching. And I've already solved this puzzle. I built it already. So it is bringing us to what the geocacher would see if they completed it. And it says enter winter in the certitude checker. So that's what the Jigidi puzzle looks like. So let's go back and cancel. And we're going to click on the Ceritude link, and we're going to type in winter. And let's hit certify, and there it is. Congratulations. The Certitude checker works just fine, and this is what we're going to have to build. Now let's stay tuned, because episode 2 is coming up, how to build your Jigidi page. Thanks so much for listening.